In Orlando has no problem going on the radio this morning. Let's check in with him. Mike, go ahead. You're on the Certified Financial Group.
Morning, Mike.
Mike.
What's
Good
up?
morning. Good morning. Thanks for taking the call.
Absolutely.
I just had a question regarding some real estate. I own a house I currently have a mortgage on. It's about maybe 145. The house is probably estimated or somewhere probably around 250. I also have a small second on that, so it's about 40 more thousand onto that. But I do own a duplex, free and clear. And the duplex is probably valued somewhere around maybe 230 to 250, somewhere in that range. I've asked my CPA a couple of times whether I should take a loan out on the duplex to get another property, and just use that money for another rental property. And he told me that it really wouldn't be, because you would just have, I guess, more liability, and it really wouldn't matter how many properties that you have, because you would still be shifting, the mortgage from one property to another, to another, to another. So I just wanted to get, some info on that.
Well, let's talk about the liability. Are you talking about the financial liability of having a mortgage payment, or are you talking about the liability of being sued and losing the property?
No, the liability of the mortgage payment.
The financial, okay, all right. So, well, that's what leverage is all about. I mean, you've got an asset there in the duplex that doesn't have a mortgage. You have the ability to take a mortgage on that property, take that and put it on as down payment on another piece of property, and then continue the process. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're buying good property and they cash flow, and you can maintain those properties and keep them if, God forbid, we have another downturn. But once again, it's all a function of how aggressive you want to be. That's the real decision that you have to make.
Yeah, I would agree, Joe. And Mike, appreciate the question. It's a good one. I think it's pretty common amongst real estate investors. And, what I would say is, if you ask a couple different planners, you're probably going to get a couple different answers, because it really boils down to philosophy and your comfort level, like Joe said, with taking risk. And I think that borrowing against your duplex to buy another one, you're taking more risk, let's face it. Because if both of those tenants, and it may be unlikely, but what if they both walk away at the same time? You got to be sure you have deep enough pockets to cover those mortgage payments and anything else associated with the maintenance of those properties until you can find some new tenants. And that's where more than one real estate investor has gotten in trouble.